What's up everybody, I'm the Mangoose, you are awesome, and today I'm here to tell you that Phoenix Rising is not dead. Usually when I put out information about this game, I get a chorus of, wait, aren't they done? It's completely understandable why someone would think that. The last big news we got from Visionary was that there was a major split in the company. However, just because they went down doesn't mean they're out. Phoenix Rising is still very much focused on bringing us a 5v5 Z-axis third-person MOBA that is heavily inspired by Paragon. If you don't know what Project Phoenix Rising is, it's a game being developed by a company called Visionary Games. They started creating a third-person MOBA as soon as Paragon was cancelled, well before Epic began releasing assets for the game. They built their world from the ground up, including the map, minions, jungle camps, and heroes that they call Masters. Once the Epic assets were released, Visionary decided to continue on creating their own game. They brought us many exciting updates via their very own community corners. These showed heroes effectively fighting each other in lane while killing minions. Visionary also debuted beautiful 3D models of some of their masters and even showed those masters functioning in-game. They also showed the effects of Quixel Megascans, a software made available to Visionary Games. The software had a profound effect on textures and did a wonderful job of bringing more life into the map. So what happened? On November 2nd, 2018, Visionary released this announcement via their Discord. With the biggest regrets, Visionary Games have taken a detrimental loss in the departments. With this said, progress will be slowed entirely down to a bare minimal. Do not hate on anyone due to creative differences and life catching up with many of our members. Slow down process? Yes, a few people will stick around to try and continue this project though one way or another. We are very thankful and sincere for everyone's support, and from the deepest of all our hearts, thank you for taking these steps with us. If there is any questions we can answer, feel free to ask via PM or ping me in Discord. You can look up that message in the Discord if you want to PM or ping anyone. Basically, there were diverging philosophies regarding the direction of the game, as well as a few people having to leave the team due to other professional commitments. No one on any of the teams creating Paragon-like projects are getting paid for their work yet, and folks need to feed their families and spend time with loved ones. As far as creative differences, that is bound to happen and is the biggest reason why teams like Metabuff and Omega cannot and should not merge. There is hope on the horizon though. Mere days after the doom and gloom announcement, they released the following statement. Hello everyone, it's been a few days since our last update on this channel and let's face it, it was bleak. In the time since, we've all but recuperated and in the next few days we should be moving forward, at a fairly decent pace. I want to touch below on a few bright sides in case you haven't heard or aren't aware. We still have Ariella, Theo, the Prime Beast, and the minions. Shout out to Almighty Gur. Quixel, so our high-res textures aren't going anywhere. Members who can use the Unreal Engine 4 adequately. Members who can create models. Just wanted to touch base with you all, those of you who still believe in this project, and maybe to some of you who have lost faith. We're not going anywhere. Furthermore, those of you who have mentioned opening our Patreon or a Kickstarter, we're not quite ready for that yet. Don't get me wrong, it brings me so much joy that some of you have that kind of faith in the idea that is Visionary Games. But we can't in good conscience accept anything fiscally until we feel we've actually earned it. That said, our primary goal is finalizing our proof of concept. A working game that you can all rally behind and put your faith in. We aren't going anywhere, this vision's only just getting started. Some key takeaways from that statement is that they retain many of their game assets. They still have access to Quixel, and they still have people on board that are capable of creating the game. Also of note, they refuse to accept any monetary donations until they have something concrete that they can show the community, which leads to our next topic. Since November, Visionary has been almost completely silent. This isn't because they gave up, quite the opposite actually. They have been working hard on creating something that they are comfortable showing the community. Although their team is smaller, they are still focused on bringing the game to life. The team that remains are all in agreement on what needs to happen to make that possible, and they're working their asses off to bring the Phoenix back. They refuse to repeat past mistakes and will not release updates until they have something truly noteworthy to present to the community. There has been some confusion lately as to what that means. I assure you that it means a full 5v5 3-lane MOBA. They do, however, plan to first create a 3v3 1-lane mode for testing purposes. The 3v3 is not intended to be the final product, but will instead give Visionary a platform to demonstrate the game to the public. If you'll remember, predecessors streamed much of their progress on a 2-lane map that was never intended to be the final product, just a way for them to test heroes, minions, and towers. Here's a statement directly from Christian, my main source of information about Phoenix Rising. Not anything official, but I can offer clarity on the 3v3. It's going to be used primarily for in-house testing. The first thing community will have their hands on is a 5v5, but we do intend to show gameplay from the 3v3 as our proof of concept. Essentially, the first thing to be seen will be the 3v3, the first thing to be played will be the 5v5. I hope that clears up some of the confusion about the game and its current direction. There are a few games out there that can possibly recapture what we had with Paragon. I, for one, will continue to count Phoenix Rising among them. Visionary is a company comprised of folks just like us, fans of Paragon that refuse to let it die. The only difference is that they have skill sets that allow them to do something about it. We can help though by cheering them on. If you love Paragon but are ready to move on to something new, but not something quite as different as Ethereal, then head on over to their Discord linked in the video description below. Ask them some questions, offer some encouragement, and join the conversation. I don't know about you, but I really want to see that badass kaiju looking prime beast come to life. Also, I'm kind of proud of myself for avoiding any Phoenix from the Ashes puns. I'm out of here. Mangoose!